everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet where we talk all things planners, fountain pens, and fountain pen inks. Today, yes, I have a blank page in front of you because I am going to just do a little bit of a brain dump or mind map of my thoughts for what I will need for 2027 for planners. So I am taking inspiration from my Dandelion Diaries. They did a lovely mind map of what they'll need for 2027 for planners. And I believe Simone did that as well. And I thought, what a great way to just get everything on a page and visualize what I will need. There isn't going to be a ton that is going to change, but it's still nice to be able to see it all in one spot. So let's get started. What I'm going to be using, I'll be using just my pens, my fountain pens. So let's just draw or write the title in here for 2027 planner thoughts. And no, this is not centered, but that's okay. Starting off right in the middle. And this is going to just really make me think about what I'm currently using now, but also what I'm going to need in the future. Wow. Like you'd think I would make that a lot bigger, but I didn't. Let me zoom in. I really shouldn't do filming after I finish work, after I've been talking to a lot of people. So, okay. Well, first things first, I'm going to get a different pen color here just because I can. I'm going to use my Franklin Christoph here, and we're going to just draw a line here for my planner, like my actual planner. So right now, what I am using, where is it? It would help if I actually had it with me. Yes, I haven't been using my planner very much this week. I've kind of been, and I'm doing this off screen. Where is it? Huh, hold on. Okay, so right now for my planner, I'm using this passport cover from Bujo Planner. It's got a plastic folder in there for my credit cards and my wallet. I've got a notebook in here. And then the main things that I use in here are the monthly insert from Traveler's Company, just planning out or pre-planning appointments and things like that. And then I'm using the undated weekly insert as my planner, and I'm really enjoying this. I don't think I want to change this. I'm happy with this size. So in terms of my planner, gosh, I'm out of breath from going up and down those stairs. Lucy, what do you need? So I don't think I'm going to make any changes here. I think for my planner for next year, I'm just going to continue using the Passport Travelers Company undated weekly and use the Passport Travelers Company undated monthly. If it's working, no need to change that. But also, I have those undated inserts already, so I don't need to buy anything new. So I think that's also a big win is no need to buy new. I think when it comes to planner season, it's so hard to try and not get distracted by all of the new releases that are coming out. It's so great that so many small businesses are coming out with different layouts and different papers and different sizes to meet all of our different planner needs, but it can get really, really overwhelming. I haven't even really looked at a lot of different small businesses and their planner releases just because I feel like I would get overwhelmed and then I would end up second guessing everything on here. So I I've only even occasionally looked at the Hobonichi releases thinking that I'm not going to get anything, and then something came out today and I'm like maybe I will. But anyway, for my planner, like the monthly and the weekly, that's staying the same. I already have the insert. I don't need to buy anything. Great. Perfect. So the next one is, I think, my journal. And there's two different ones here. So with my journal, I have my multi-year journal, which is actually the one that I'm currently writing in, my multi-year journal. And this one is the Planner Monkey Co. notebook with 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. Not the best quality of Tomoe River paper, but I'll make do. But this journal is basically for me for 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028. So I don't need another journal really until 2029. So let's see, this is my A5 Planner Monkey Co. multi-year. And then this is good until end of 2028. So I don't need to buy another journal. I'm going to continue using this one for another 2 years, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be big and chunky and fat, but I'll also be able to read back on all of those memories for the last few years. And I think we'll see how I feel at the end of 2028 and if I want to do that again. But then the other journal that I have, or that I was keeping, was my Hobonichi A6 5-year journal, and I'm on year 5 of this. And this one is, let me zoom out here. This one has been really great for me going from 2022 until the end of this year. And it really has just been a little synopsis of each day, as well as the weather and something I'm grateful for every day. And I'm just amazed that I've been able to keep it up for 5 years. And I'm really considering whether or not I want to continue and buy a different one for 2027. I'm thinking probably not. I'll probably not use a 5-year journal for 2027 and 2028. And then I'm thinking come 2029, buy an A5 5-year journal and then just use that as my journal for the next 5 years. My only thing with that, now I'm thinking to 2029, my only thing with that though is with how fat and chunky it can get, all being in one book like this. So I'm not sure if, yeah, sorry, brain dump here. I'm just thinking of what's going to happen. But I think for 2027, I will not purchase an A6 5-year journal. So I'm going to write that here. So no A6 5-year journal. So then for this, again, no need to buy new. So that's 2 things right there. Oh, geez, with the zooming in and the zooming out. For my journal, I'm basically good for my A5 multi-year journal until the end of 2028. And I've decided to not purchase an A6 5-year journal and probably wait until the end of 2028 to see how I feel about that. It's been great completing this one from 2022 until the end of 2026, but I think I'm okay with not using one of these next year. So far, in terms of my planner thoughts, I don't need to buy anything new because I'm sticking to my passport planner and to my A5 Planner Monkey Co. multi-year journal, which is still good until the end of 2028. Now, the things that aren't necessarily changing, I guess. Let's see. What I'm going to write here are, I always find it more awkward writing on this side. So we have my pen and ink journals. And one's definitely just going to be a Hobonichi A5 notebook. So just have to purchase that. But then when it comes to where I'm doing my doodles and my paper swatches, I've been using this Hemlock and Oak A5 notebook with 70 GSM archivist paper, and it has been really great, but I'm finding the size just a little bit too big. I'm thinking if I move down to an A6, the the doodles will maybe be a little bit more manageable. But the thing is also there is a whole half. When I finish 2026, there will still be a whole half of this notebook left. I don't want to waste it. So I don't know. I'm thinking I either finish this or the other thought, sorry, and Lucy's now coming on my lap. The other thought is to possibly buy a Hobonichi A6 Hone. Oh my gosh, Lucy, make up your mind about where you're going to sit. So, pen and ink journal, one is the Hobonichi notebook, and the other is either continue using Hemlock and Oak Archivist or buy the Hobonichi A6 Hone. And the one that I was looking at was actually just previewed today. It was the one from the V&A collection, and the Hobonichi Hone in that one is just stunning, absolutely stunning. And yeah, I'm in two minds about what to buy because I know I'll probably need to buy another Hobonichi A5 notebook. I don't think I have any others. Yeah, I think I used all of my Hobonichi A5 notebooks that I had in storage from last year, so I don't have any others that I can use. So I'd have to buy a new Hobonichi A5 notebook. But do I really need a Hone? Don't know. I don't know. That one's a tough one. So I'm going to put stars next to the ones that I'm going to have to buy. So the Hobonichi A5 notebook, and then this one, if I did, I would have to buy it. So far, the only thing I would have to buy is the Hobonichi A5 notebook to do my pen and ink journal. Basically, this one here, where it's just basically a chronological record of my um, pen and ink acquisitions, my currently ink, things like that. And yeah, and then my doodle slash paper swatches. This one's a tough one because I really enjoyed using the A6 Hone in 2025. Um, I was so so happy with that I said, yeah, let's do it in an A5 and do bigger doodles. And I I don't know if that's been a bit too ambitious for me. Like it's actually, what day is it? It's the 20th of August and I'm only on my fifth. I say only on my fifth doodle, and then there'll be 7 more to do after this. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to waste the rest of that notebook, but that Hobonichi A6 Hone was also so pretty. So this one is questionable. Questionable about what I want to do for that one. And to add to that as well, what I was using this year too was this Me Plus planner doing all of the painted roses. I don't think I'm going to continue with this next year, having a separate type of notebook or planner for just the roses. I really like the setup of this. I've never been a ring person. I've been a discs person throughout my happy planner journey, but when it comes to rings, I don't know. I really enjoy being in a notebook, but also if I ever transferred to this, I'd want this to also be my wallet because that's what my passport cover is currently. And I feel like I'd have to just change the way I think about everything if I switch to this. So I think, yeah, I won't be using this for like an ink journal or anything, but it could still be used as a planner. I just don't know if I'd want to change up my whole setup to do that. This will probably sit in my little planner cart, and then if I do feel like using it, at least it'll be there. Okay. I'm just looking through all of my stuff. The last thing I think, yeah, because I had my planner, my journal, my pen and ink journals. The last thing for me really is, where'd my pen go? Is for work. Now, currently for work, I'm just using a Hobonichi A5 notebook, and I don't really need a planner for work right now. Right now, work is just I'm taking notes on any calls that I'm taking or any to-do lists that I need to do. And it's really just keeping track of phone calls that I'm taking or chats that I'm taking throughout the day. But in the last couple of weeks, I've started a new part-time role. So my role is now half the new role and half of my previous role. And this new role, I'm still learning what I need on a day-to-day basis because I'm going to have way more meetings in this new role, but also I feel like I need to keep track of the progress of each of those meetings and where I need to be. It's kind of like project managing, and I feel like having a planner where I could see my whole week schedule but then also have a task list on the side would be helpful. So I'm kind of thinking a Hobonichi Weeks or that format would be helpful because I'd like to be able to have the horizontal on the left side to track important meetings or important progress updates. And then on the right, have the tasks that I'll need to keep track of each day. But again, this new part time role is in its early stages. It could turn into a full time role in a few months. So this one is kind of up in the air in terms of whether or not I'm going to just stick to a notebook or actually purchase a Hobonichi Weeks. Or the other thought was the undated N2 from Sterling Ink, which is in the same horizontal format, um, but doesn't have all of the quotes or all of those pages in the back. So I'm split on that one. This one is one that I definitely do have to purchase. So that one is probably the one that is the one that I'm thinking about the most. And from the most recent release or review, what is it? Preview from Hobonichi with the V&A collection. One of the Hobonichi weeks in there just really caught my eye and blew me away. And I feel like it's one of those things. And even in previous years, I basically said, don't buy anything without really knowing what you're going to use it for, because then you're going to buy something and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. But I broke that rule, what, last year or for 2025, I had a Hobonichi Weeks that I purchased just because I loved the cover so much. And I still ended up using it for my planner. It was great. Um, and then this particular Hobonichi Weeks is making me think I want to just purchase it just to have it, and then I'll find a use for it. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I think that's everything. When I look at this all together, I'm kind of actually happy how much I don't have to buy. Like I don't have to buy a new planner, I don't have to buy a new journal. It's really only, the pen and ink journal and my planner for work that I have to consider this year. And that makes this going into the whole planner season just a lot more manageable and a lot less overwhelming. And being able to do a mind map or a brain dump like this is really, really helpful. But again, it's only August. This could change. We have so many planner releases coming out soon. So, for example, Sterling Ink is doing all of their reveals, and Hobonichi is doing their reveals. And I know that, for example, Hemlock and Oak, they've done a pre order for their 2027 planners. So there's just a lot happening right now in it's planner season, even though it's only August. So we're planning out our plans for 2027. And doing something like this, I think, is so helpful to be able to just map out what you're currently using and what your needs are. All right, that is everything I think for me, just babbling on today. Let me know your thoughts below and what you're thinking for 2027, or if you have any recommendations for me as well from what I've shown you here. I think I'm good with what I've written, but if there's something or if there's a planner out there that I don't know about or haven't mentioned and you think might fit is either the doodle journal or for work, let me know. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again and have yourselves a great day.